Internet. We've got another Sunday stream for you. I will be linking this to Facebook and, anyways. Oh, cat. Hey, hey, off the desk. Okay, so last time I made, just kind of a thumbnail for the channel, so today I'm just gonna get into making some more assets for my channel, um, and might draw something else. But I wanted to present an idea, kind of see how it goes. And I had this idea to do a little challenge. And so what I want to do is for you guys, just go ahead and share the video and drop your favorite cartoon or cartoon character in the comments, and then the last stream of the month, I'm going to go ahead and pick two of those and try to kind of mesh them together. I did this drawing a while back, and several years ago now, where I did Ashe from the game League of Legends, but I kind of drew her in a style like Kim Possible. So it turned out pretty cool. Um, and actually, that'd be a pretty decent warm up. Let's do a little bit of that. So what I did was, you have these two very different characters and art styles. Kim Possible, she's got the very round um, features and sort of the neck like that. And then, you had Ashe from League of Legends, so she has this hood, right? And then I wanted to try and capture her in a style that would fit in the Disney cartoon, because I really like Kim Possible's style. It's really there hasn't really been much of anything like it, at least not recently. And I think it had a very interesting aesthetic to it, which was really cool. Plus it was one of those shows that you could watch with family, you could watch just on your own. It was just a fun show, and it didn't take itself too seriously. But at the same time, it wasn't like I wouldn't classify it as being strictly a kids show. So anyway, and then they have, I love the mouths on it because they just do this upper lip thing. Oh, sorry for that. But they just had this upper lip thing, and the way they constructed their mouths, I thought was pretty cool. So it kind of ended up looking like that, and the eyes are uneven, but you get the idea. Of course, in the original, I had her in more of an action pose, but today I'm just kind of using it as a warm-up for things to come. So, anyway, like I said, I want to try and do more of this, kind of expand my range and get you guys involved too, because otherwise it gets kind of lonely here, just doodling by myself, you know, and I like having people to talk to and people to hang out with. So, anyway, streaming art for the second time of the year. Give her a big old ear with a. We're gonna just do the little S ear. I always hated that little S ear, but it's actually pretty efficient because it gets the idea across, although I put it in the wrong place. It should be like that. Because you get the little like ear tab thing, you know what I'm talking about, and then the hood of the ear kind of comes in through here. Anyway, so now we're gonna do. Ashe has kind of this long hair under her hood. But it's pulled back, right? Um, I've played a lot of League of Legends, and I might stream it on one of my gaming streams. I do still want to do those, but I do want to make sure that I'm doing doing my art as well. Because games are fun and they're great for getting inspiration and also kind of getting a feel for what people like, you know? Like if you're an artist and you're not um, getting the like a feel for what's going on in your industry, um, then that's it's just not very smart, I think. So I don't necessarily want to go into gaming or game art specifically. Like I might end up doing advertisement or something just to pay the bills if I can do that. But that's once I get done with school. In the meantime, I do really love character design. Okay, so anyway, back to Ashe. That's enough of me chit chatting. She has this hood. It actually comes down to a point there. Kind of missed that. And she's got this great hood, and it's got these amazing, like the gold detailing on it is pretty cool. But the hood's gonna come down here, and then she's got all this hair, all the hair. And I might go back and finish this piece sometime just for funsies. But for now, just a warm-up sketch. I did find, if you saw from last time, that I did find some music. I have to use like uh, royalty-free music or Creative Commons music, so maybe not the most exciting choice of music, but it's still better than just me talking about nothing for a long time. Those are way too big. These little square things. She's got this great like ornamented hood with this gold like almost crown like thing on it. And of course that the way that's molded, right? It probably helps produce that shape that that pointy elf kind of shape on the hood, because her hood does kind of come up and do a little bit of this number, and actually it curves in from here. That looks ridiculously big. I think I might bring that down a little. Bring that more into this kind of a shape. So anyway, kind of fell in love with character design through my classes and everything, and so I love to play video games and see what kind of design choices they make, not only with the character's aesthetic, but you know, what the character does, stuff like that. Like I really, right now, if you've been watching my um, Overwatch streams, you can definitely see that I gravitate towards the more non-standard picks. And it's not, you know, they're non-standard, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're bad. Like, I'm not going to say they're bad, because they've got things that they do. You know, Bastion, for instance, has a very unique playstyle, but nobody can beat his DPS. The difference between being able to play with a Bastion on your team and, you know, not being able to play with a Bastion on your team, well, first off, is the scenario, you know, good for a Bastion? And the answer to that depends on, okay, well, if they're running a standard death ball or they're running a tank heavy composite team comp, then that's great for Bastion because he just loves to, you know, he'll put Roadhog down, he'll take down Reinhardt's shield no problem, faster than anyone else, and he has a little trouble with D.Va, just because D.Va can get in, you know, D.Va and Winston can get in his face real easy. But one of the things that you got to realize as a team is that Bastion's sort of a magnet for like everyone, because if they don't deal with the Bastion immediately, um, he's gonna have the ability to just mow down their team. And you can play with that information. Like if you have that information at your disposal and you play um, with that information, then that's a huge advantage for you. You know, if you can play around that. Of course, he has some counters that are difficult to deal with. You know, the Pharah and the Junkrat, and Widowmaker to some extent. But like, if you know that and you go into the game like that, you can still play a Bastion game if your team is able to support you. Um, Man, I rant about that a lot. Maybe I should do. I feel like maybe I should do like discussion videos on that then. But anyways, I like the non-standard picks. I like changing the way the game is played. Sombra and Symmetra have been a lot of fun. I don't think people are utilizing Sombra properly either. Just because her damage is so low that she really can only fill. I feel like she only really fills a support role for your uh, flankers. So if you're running like Genji Tracer, then Sombra having control of health packs is only going to benefit you because healing those characters uh, as an actual healer or support can be difficult sometimes, especially if they're doing their job, which is to, you know, be all over the map. Um, so back to the Ashe drawing. Um, I gotta kind of infuse a little more of the KP style in here, which is to have a lot more like solid shapes to the hair, um, and a little more, like a little more stylized. Gotta get that little bit more stylized. So, excuse me. So I've got the eyes just about right, except they actually, I did a little bit of an anime eye, when actually, um, they do, the whole eye like that. And I say anime eye, but it's not, you know, anime style is pretty varied. Um, there are lots of different styles in anime, and you can get some really nice, realistic looks uh, to some that don't happen in others. Like if you're looking for a good, example of like more realism um, in an anime. Watch some of the like watch the look at how they draw in the like X-Men anime. Well, any of the Marvel anime that they put out um, after Marvel became huge. But they did that X-Men anime, and they did an Iron Man anime too, and those were both pretty good. They didn't have the strong. They still had exaggeration, but they had it in all the right places, right? And when you're animating, you want realism, but you don't want it so realistic that you can't exaggerate for those high action, high intensity moments. Um, so, like, I've been trying to do a lot more realistic proportions and because when you're studying, if you learn how to do realism, you can do anything else that you want because it's all built on real life and what you see, right? So like this, nobody has eyes like this. Wow, that's a terrible eye too. Out of place and everything. Okay, let's try this again. Anyways, but nobody really has eyes that large. Uh, but it gives you, if I were to do a real eye on her, it'd be something like probably like that, and that's kind of a realistic eye, right? Um, or if I wanted to do like a surprised realistic eye, you can have your um, kind of do that style, and then you got your hood there on your eye, and then oh, so surprising. And that's more of a realistic eye, right? Um, but because it's a cartoon, pardon me, you can be way, way more expressive with it, which is great. Um, and so, anyways, um, not all basically not all anime has to look like Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z or whatever, um, and not all of it does. I feel like that's a misconception a lot of the time. Oh, why can't I get this eye right? It's because I'm talking too much. Maybe I should just put on some music. There you go. You can listen to that for a little while. And I will try to get this eye figured out. I got the eyes figured out pretty well. So then it's just a matter of, adding the colors and the details, because they do a lot of the lines in color on KP. Um, they do a lot of the lines in color around the mouth and especially around like the nose area is a colored line, and the hair has actually like lighter lines in it than the bulk of the hair, and that seems to be true for several of the characters, not Ron, obviously, um, because his hair's blonde. But it seems to be that at least KP and her rival character, that other high school, uh, not not Shigo, but the mean girl in high school. She definitely had lighter lines through her hair as well. Which actually surprised me that her mom doesn't have that, I don't think. Um, so I kind of wonder what the choice was around that, because Shigo has like green lines around her hair. Kim Possible has these like light, like almost a yellow color in hers. Um, and then some different characters, like it's Bonnie. Bonnie's her name. Bonnie has lighter lines in her hair, but not everybody does. Anyways, moving on. So that means now Ashe has white hair, like white, like not even platinum blonde really. I mean, I guess it could be platinum blonde. Now we'll just stick with white. But that means I'll probably be going with a like really light gray. So first I want to block that in, because again, with the KP style, I keep saying KP, that's starting to get annoying. Probably sounds like that. Anyways, in Compossible style, she has really large, like the hair is all one shape, really. So I'm going to go ahead and try and give her that sort of stylized hair shape. And it's all just kind of one big block of hair. And then just fill this in. What is... I must have some kind of transparency thing going on there. There we go. Big white block of hair. And then we'll give her some out here too, because she's got hair on both sides of her head. And then I want to give her a little, yeah, like that. There we go. Now we just got to clean up around the lines a little bit. And then I actually brought that further than I had intended. But that's fine, you know. Ashe has more face and neck and stuff to work with, it's fine. I'll just bring this back up there. And then we gotta take the line, yeah, from here, from this layer, and I really need to get better about labeling my layers, I think. Let's actually move that layer up. There we go. There we go. Now let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna stay on my line layer here, and I'm just gonna give her really light gray. Oh, that's not quite light enough. I should probably put some blue in it too, since she's kind of ice themed. Kind of got the ice princess thing. Yeah, that's good. I like that color. So gotta kind of play with her line weights a little bit, so they don't end up looking too fat. Of course, I think I want this one to be a nice thick line, because that's where the shadow is going to fall anyway. And I'm not going to do a whole lot of finishing of this piece, at least not right now. But I just kind of wanted to give an example of what, you know, like a character style mashup kind of a thing might look like. Ooh, that's too much. Nope, need smaller lines. There we go. So yeah, that's that part. And then let's see. Ashe's hood has this dark blue. Like that, so we're going to go ahead and block that in. As well. It's going to come up here. decent. Could probably go darker, but I don't know that it actually is that much darker. Now we want to try and follow her head shape, and I'm going to bring the hood down even more than I did before, because I think I overshot a lot. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. But I tried to get that shape to it, you know. And that is important. Now when I do this at the end of the month stream, I want to do, you know, the entire character, right? So that's going to be a part of that. Okay, so clearly we've got to clean up some of that, which means what? Okay, so we're going to go to the line layer here, and actually in Kim Possible the clothes don't have that much of an outline except for some very specific instances, like Shigo. But let's clean up and get the blue out of her hair a bit. Of course, I'm going to have to go in to the line layer and get some of that gray out of the hood as well. Shape this a little bit. There we go. And then let's go to line layer. Let's get rid of you. And come back here, fix that up. There we go. What do you need? You need some white here as well. In the eyes, for, you know, obvious reasons. Ooh, nope, that's the wrong thing to do. Because I'm doing that on the same layer. I love having all the layers to use. It allows you to do so much more. Physical media, of course, it's kind of follows similar principles, but it can be more difficult to use without an undo button. And she's got these piercing, like, ice blue eyes. And there you go. I think I'm actually going to come in and change her eyebrow color to match the lines that I've been doing here. Because they do that sometimes in Kim Possible, but I think this could be nah, that looks weird. Let's leave it like that. Anyway, and then of course, you know, I'd add more character and the whole gold etching on her crown, but I think I'm going to wrap up there on this. If you want to see more of this one, of course, you know, you can just vote for KP and Ashe in the comments, and I can, you know, continue this or try to amalgamate them some other way, or maybe try and draw Kim Possible in, you know, Riot's style. That would also be an interesting experiment. We shall see. Uh, so, anyways, like I said, just go ahead and share this, and we'll see if we can get some good comments. And then end of the month, I will do that stream. For now, I am going to go ahead and call it quits on this one. And we are going to look at channel art. So, whew, I don't even really know where to begin with the channel art. I mean, I might take the... Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the thumbnail splash that I keep using. Yeah, let's do that. Got some of my own original of the characters, but then a little rowlet in the corner, and I'll probably add the Kim Possible portrait to this as well. I'd like to keep just building it, you know what I mean? I think that could be really neat and a fun way to just kind of de decorate the channel with whatever, really. Oh no, this is interesting. So if I just expand this to fit, yeah, that's gonna end up looking a little strange, I think. So I might have to tighten up that drawing a little bit more. Yeah, because look at how thick and blurry the lines are there. I mean, it's okay on this guy back here. He's fine, I think. But I would have to redo this drawing, I think. And I don't really want to do that. So I think I want to make him small again. So let's see. Go ahead and delete that layer. And let's come up here. There we go. Keep the lights and shadows on. And then we're gonna combine showing layers. I'm gonna copy that. Yeah, because that's a little guy. So we're gonna put you right in the corner, little guy. And we'll clean you up a little bit. Anyway, like I said, I think in my first video, I wanted to do these as a way of being able to learn more, get more exercise in, and also you'd be surprised. I say exercise, but you'd be surprised at just how physically taxing it is to sit down and do anything for a long period of time. I did drawing as a hobby before, and now I'm going to school for it, and the sheer number of drawings that they ask from you is just, it's just so much. Um, not too much really, but it is it takes a toll on your body whenever you do anything for a long period of time. So, that's that's really the issue there. So now let's see. Let's see if we can find. Okay, let's take Rowlet. Let's take the little Rowlet guy. Hi, Rowlet from last stream. How you doing? We're just gonna take just the Rowlet, and we're gonna do the same thing. Where is that layer? There we go. Combine showing layers. Thought it was fun messing around with the different like color palettes and stuff that I was able to mess around with for him. Oh man, he's big. He's big by comparison, for sure. So where are we gonna put Rowlet? Let's put Rowlet. Man, it feels like I'm just applying stickers to things. Let's shrink Rowlet down a little bit. Oh, you know what would be fun? I wonder if we can just... Nah, he's not really in a good pose for that. But we could probably fit him in here. It's kind of clumped together. Let's spread it out a little bit, huh? Do. Let's put you in the corner over here. Get some nice balance going on. And then let's find... Let's just open this up, see what's going on here. There we go. So we're gonna take you later. Gonna take you for now. Well, maybe we find the original. No, because that's all one layer too. That's just a JPEG. Where are you? There he is. I did this character design iterations and stuff on this character, and I really liked, because when I originated the character, he had the mane and everything, and then I went into details like, okay, how does the skeleton work, and how does his, why is it this color, and I tried different skin textures, like you see over here with the kind of splotchy, like reptile skin. So I tried lots of different things, and I really kind of just ended up sticking with the original. Uh, Personally, for the class, uh, they liked the green one, I think, and I kind of ended up mix and matching some of it um, to work with what I had, but I think it was a very successful exercise. And anytime you have a character, try and think. Whoops, there we go. Try and think about like why they are the way they are and what sort of creature they are, what they do, what they eat. Um, I've been having a lot of anatomy classes and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun. Um, and we got to like invent our own animal at the end of it, and that was actually really great. I'm gonna close some of these that I don't need. Um, and it was a lot of fun just deciding all these things about the animal. I'm gonna keep that open for now. And you go there, and you go there. And then let's get the horse guy in here, because I think that'd be solid. And my cat is going off here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I like this. I like how this turned out. I played with some brushes for this one. This is an old image, but I think we'll use this too. Sure, why not? The angle was fun to play around with, and it was just a lot of fun to just experiment with a monochrome image. And see what kinds of things I could come up with. And that kind of drowns everything else out. The water line's really nice there, but I think that drowns everything else out. Let's try... That was a little creepy, actually, when I put it all there. We're going to go ahead and take that out for now. It was a neat idea, but I think I want to warm this up a little bit. So we're going to find my other guy here somewhere. Do I still have that file? Huh, that'd be weird. And here's my... Oh, here's that one. This was the animal that I created. Tried to figure out how I could get bat wings to actually rotate all the way around their body so that I could have like helicopter bats. Just because I liked the idea. It turned out alright. But we're not going to use that, and we're not going to use that. So let's just take that, what we got there, and I'm just going to paint some stuff in the back. Give it a nice background. Now one of the other things that I've done is doing lots of studies with like landscapes and things. And you'd be surprised the different colors that are in, like, if I were to paint this hill, right, and I'm going to paint a hill, and I think that you'd be surprised just how many colors are in a hillside picture, like, because there's, there may be green, but you're going to see yellows and reds and blacks, and it's just going to be a crazy, crazy time if you really, really look at it. Let's get this out of the way. I'll just do a decent landscape. How's that? Or a half decent landscape. It's not my strong suit. But I think I do okay. Or I want to think I do okay. Let's see, and we're gonna put the horizon line back here. Make a him. I should be rotating my canvas. I still haven't figured that trick out. Because every time I try it, it just ends up being a mess. Here we go, that's nice. So I'm just kind of painting in a meadow back here. Nothing too complicated. And let's get some brown in there, because there's always brown. Everything's brown in the whole world. There's always brown somewhere in the world. You know, like I got brown hair. Even my cat, who, you know, looks mostly black. There's definitely some brown in there. And you can look like on a brunette too, like a person. I mean, don't stare at people. I'm not saying that. But you can look, and it's really just a dark brown on some people. Some people who, you might otherwise say, oh, that person has black hair. Okay, that's a decent meadow. Okay, then we're gonna do a green, and we're gonna do the trick with, and I said this in my last video, part of the trick with creating, uh, or using your light sources and everything is to just not saturate everything. Don't be so quick to use those high saturated um, colors, the bright greens and things like that. Because look at this. I've got I've got some brown in there. I've got some really dark desaturated green, and this yellow isn't very set. It's not like bam. Let me just bam like that. No, it's not that at all. So you got to pick, and you don't necessarily want to pick the exact color you're going for either, because there's things like blending and complementary colors, and that's too dark. Um, and lighting effects that you can't get if you just use the just layers and different colors and things. So like here, I'm using a really desaturated, really like close to white green to get that, because you get more light the closer, and a little bit more um, definition closer. So that's why I'm going back over it with a smaller brush size. As you get closer to the camera, or your viewpoint, not necessarily camera, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm just adding some highlights here. Oh, gotta add some happy little clouds now. I was just thinking that that highlight comment kind of sounded a little bit like a Bob Ross thing. Not saying I'm as good as Bob Ross. I'm nowhere near. That dude was ridiculous. Um, but yeah, that's not too bad. And then see that yellow patch. Let's fade out that yellow patch just a little bit, because that's really splotchy and yellow. And splotchy is fine sometimes, but you want it to blend reasonably well, especially back here, unless you want to put a lot of definition in it. So just kind of trying to get rid of. There we go. Because you get some depth, some more blur, the further back you go. And it's like a field, or a depth of field. That's what it's called. And you can get some blur there. And some desaturation, because the further away you get from your eye, everything kind of shifts to blue. It depends on, the time of day and things like that, but for the most part, shifts to blue. So now we're going to do the sky. Now the sky is also pretty nuanced, but actually for this beginning stage here, I'm just gonna broad stroke it. There we go. Okay, now the thing about the sky is, now that I have this kind of broad painted blue over here, the sky actually, has some really strong color variance in it as well. And it gets whiter towards the horizon and then darker the further away you get from that. So what we're going to do to emulate that is, I'm just going to take a really little brush, and we're just going to brush some white into this horizon line. It's going to get a little muddy, I don't care. There we go. Because you gotta get your white into your horizon line. And that's really the only time, I think, that you should be using white a lot. I keep hearing to use, complementary colors and other things to brighten things up. Like on that Rowlet, I used the yellow instead of just a white. But in the sky, it really is just white. And then we're just gonna take, kind of botched that up a little bit, but that's fine. So now we're gonna add. Now we got this blue shift, like I told you about. And I'm going to go back to this dark green, and I'm going to just kind of layer it back, and that should, if I do it right, give us the illusion of some other rolling hills in the back here. Because it's all an illusion. Everything's an illusion. Not to sound, morbid about it or anything like that, but everything is just sort of, your perception of things a lot of the time. I'm just going to darken that up just a little bit. you know, how you see, we see light with our rods and cones and all that good stuff I learned in, what, high school biology? Middle school, something like that. So there we got a hill, we got another hill, got some nice half decent horizon line. It's looking okay. It's looking okay. So now the sky gets darker, darker blue, the further away from that horizon you get. And for that, we just want to take a big old kind of a dark blue blob here, and we just blend that everywhere. And you don't want a lot, because at least in this painting I'm doing, it's just going to be a kind of a midday thing. So you want it to be real subtle. That's maybe not subtle enough. Get some of those brush stroke looking marks in there. I like those. Makes it look more painty to have those lines in there. It also adds an interesting texture. And I know this is digital painting. It's I'm using the program Clip Studio Paint Pro. And so far it's been real nice at capturing the feeling, of using like a real medium. I do think that Paint Tool Sai is also really good for feeling like the real thing. I don't really like painting in Photoshop, but it certainly has its uses. It's better at handling layers and things like that. So I just want to lighten up the sky a little bit, because it got just a wee bit too dark for a midday scene. I do apologize, I don't think I posted a link to the stream on my Facebook page like I did last week. There was something screwy going on with the link, but I'll be sure to post the video once it's archived. And there we go, just lighting up the sky with my light blue. I like the way this watercolor brush kind of interacts with things. It's nice. Okay, so now the fun part, we get to do some clouds. And I say fun, but really, oy, clouds, But I'm gonna do a cloud at least, or a group of clouds. And I think I'm gonna switch brushes for this one and do it in oil paint. So first I want to take this kind of blue-gray. doing this on a different layer, just so we don't get weird interactions with things. And I'm doing this dark blue because I'm just going to go over it in white after. And just see how I kind of build it up. And that way, because clouds have undersides, they have shadows and things that affect them, or affect how light interacts with them as well. So building them up and giving them some depth, but then also making them look like clouds has always been kind of rough for me, because I feel like I don't quite get that sort of wispy feeling. And maybe I can go over it again. I don't know if any of you guys paint a lot of clouds, but this is kind of the best strategy I've come up with, is just to kind of take a layer with some oil paint, or the oil paint brush rather, and just go over the top of it. I actually don't like the placement of that one. I think I made a mistake there. And maybe I'll just use this as my art, and I won't even try to put my other pictures in it, and I'll just keep putting my other pictures in the splash, and I'll just use this. That could be, that wouldn't be too bad. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna put some music back on for you guys, and we've got about an hour left. I did it last week for 2 hours, and I want to try to keep to that, but I could go more or less, you know, not a whole lot less, because I still want to try and develop my skills, right? But, you know, these could get shorter if I run out of things to draw, which I guess is why I'm asking for your guys' input in the comments section. Again, if you have just joined, or not, the idea is to throw some characters that you like from video games, TV, wherever really, even movies. And I will, at the end of the month stream, I will be doing a mashup. So I'll be doing, like I did earlier in the video, I did Ashe with sort of a Kim Possible art style. I'm just going back in here, kind of fixing up my cloud, trying to anyway. Taking a watercolor brush, and I'm just kind of giving it more of that wispy feeling that clouds get, just around the edges. Trying to fluff it up a little bit. Don't want it to get too wispy, I think, but a little bit's not bad. I want to learn to draw. There was an artist I saw who did these really, really amazing clouds. Um, and he did they looked it looked like he did some solid line work for it and stuff like that. So I want to learn how to do more clouds and environments. I'm not great at environments right now, but I think I can get the job done. I think this is a passable cloud. You look at it and you're like, what's that? Oh, it's a cloud, kinda. You know, little little wisps. Let's do those little long wispy clouds as well. Those are probably just gonna be just like that. But this one artist did these really amazing clouds, so I would love to learn how to do clouds from them, but I don't remember the name or where I saw the picture. It was somewhere on the internet. So I'll have to look around, see if I can't learn that. Okay. And I think that will do it. Yeah, those look like clouds. That looks, from a distance, it looks all right. Looks all right. Okay. So now I need to, I think, do a little bit more work on this front hill here. So I'm just gonna turn on some more music and see what we got. Yeah, not bad. You guys really dislike
Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Okay, well, I think that will work for now. Let's go to YouTube and see how it looks. Alright. Do do do. So I think that this stream didn't quite last as long as I thought it would. Just got an hour and a half here, and I'm not really sure that there's a whole lot more to do. So I may just drop these to an hour stream, um, and I could stand to do them more often. Let me know what you guys think of that. If we like the 2 hour, if that's just terribly, terribly long. Um, I did have a project in mind for this one, and I will be doing, uh, more pieces like this in the future. I hope. Um, do some character design and stuff, but I may just drop them to hour-long streams because I think if I, cut out some stuff in the middle there, uh, that could have worked better. Anyways, let's. Where are you? There you go. Oh, you know what? I should take that off and then save it as JPEG. And yeah, I think I'll close it out here for today. Um, Again, share, comment, subscribe. And if you want to see me try to mash up some cartoons um, at the end of the month, just go ahead and leave a comment with your favorite cartoon character or a style you want to see me try and draw in. And end of the month, I will try to do that. And that will be the end of the month stream. I will try and do that. I stream. I'm gonna be streaming Overwatch on Saturdays and sometimes Sundays. Uh, we'll see how tonight goes, but definitely Saturdays, and then the Sunday art stream, which I think I'm gonna just drop to an hour from now on, just to keep it fresh and keep it from dragging out too long. Because I know listening to Creative Commons music and listening to me ramble on about all kinds of things is probably not what you guys want to see here. Um, so yeah, I guess that's it for me for today then, and I will catch you all next time. Peace out.